Good morning and welcome everybody. Thanks for coming today to listen to the first ever public address, or so I am told, of the state of the city. It was exactly 1 year ago today that I started my first full day in office as your mayor. On a personal thought, I truly can't believe how fast this year has gone, and I can honestly say that this has been one of the most interesting, exciting, and yes, at times, challenging years of my life. The very first thing that I set out to do as mayor is to help bring a culture of positive and effective attitude change here at City Hall. There were examples of negativity, which unfortunately we all know too well, and City Hall was seen as a dysfunctional and negative place to be. It was clear from many residents and neighborhood groups and from the election results itself that a change was needed. A critical first step towards positive progress was recognizing that there was internal tension and that such tension is a roadblock to successful marketing and problem solving. The mayor, city council, and city staff needed to work together to set clear goals, track the progress, communicate better, and cooperate both internally and externally to find solutions to get things back on track. We all recognize the need for improvement and set out to do so together. I'm very happy to state that this recognition has led to a positive atmosphere, and with that, City Hall has changed, and definitely for the better. Rules and policies are followed. Favoritism or other negative issues that existed between departments or employees does not exist. In other words, every employee and department is treated the same. The overall atmosphere here is much better. We are definitely performing at a higher level of performance due to this change, which is making things so much more successful here at City Hall and our community. I attribute this to bringing forth an expectation that everyone, from the City Council, all city department heads and employees, and especially myself in the mayor's office, to treat each other in a respectful, honest, kind, civil, decent way, with better and more direct communications between everybody, yet all employees knowing the expectations and accountability in maintaining and performing our jobs and getting things accomplished, and to even try to have some fun in the process. On a regular basis, I meet with department heads and employees to hear their thoughts and concerns, to see how things are going, and to look for ways that we can make improvements. The city of Wausau is very fortunate to have such a professional, hardworking, and dedicated group of employees that take care of Wausau and the needs and concerns of its residents on a daily basis. I am very grateful and appreciative to all of them for their efforts. Every day, I am both impressed and very proud of what they do and what they are able to accomplish. They are true professionals in every sense of the word. I thank all of them for coming together to make our city work so well. I also want to commend our city council and our council president, Lisa Rasmussen. Respectfully, we in elected office had no place to go but up. The direct line of communication between all of us in elected office is allowing our city to communicate in a positive and proactive voice. The council president and I talk often and hold regular meetings. Issues and problems are discussed and vetted out in an open and transparent way and resolved in a timely manner with input from residents, staff, and council members. We listen to one another. Expectations are being met and respectful opinions and thoughts are being expressed. We may not agree on every issue every time, but we have an excellent dialogue and understand where everybody is coming from. The City Council strongly cares about the residents and issues facing our community. And once again, I truly appreciate their input, their efforts, and their dedication in taking care of their residents' concerns in their own districts, as well as for the entire city of Wausau. Now, if you've noticed during my message, I have purposely stated we and not I. We are a team. All of us here at City Hall have unified and come together. I've heard from numerous employees, business, community, and educational leaders, council members, residents, and even members of the media as to how calm, peaceful, and stable things now seem to be here in conducting a positive and effective way of getting things done. Do we hit a home run every day? Not always, but we always continue to try doing so. Also, since taking office, I have increased the openness, transparency, and accessibility from the mayor's office to all residents and the media in order to ensure that all communication flows freely. When it comes to different matters such as any project that is financed in any way by taxpayer dollars, we've held numerous press conferences, media roundtables, and distributed press releases, as well as the increased usage of social media such as Facebook. There are several media outlets I speak with on a monthly basis, and I'm available to any member of the media that wishes to speak to me about an issue, and do genuinely enjoy the one-on-one conversations with residents who have questions or concerns. I've attended all the neighborhood group meetings located within the city, most of those neighborhood groups several times. I purposely make a point to attend various commission and committee meetings to show my concern and to listen to problems and to act on problems and solutions immediately when possible. I may not have all the answers, but I will tell you so, and I will try to get a problem resolved. In other words, I work with all residents, no matter who they are, in an honest and direct way. I, along with our City Council, have worked to restore public trust in local government, to promote open and direct communication for all residents, and to utilize media and communication tools more effectively. We work hard to deliver information to residents by now broadcasting all of our committee and council meetings. We have also worked to promote development and create jobs, to increase new commercial and residential tax base, and to promote expansion and retention of existing employers, which will be further addressed in the economic development part of my speech. I have also worked with our nonprofit groups and business stakeholders to address and show city leadership in issues of an increasing homeless population, drug and alcohol usage, housing blight, and the resulting economic impacts of what these problems cause to our community. Now for some updates. For the Department of Public Works, 2016 projects that were completed included Chicago Ave to 2nd Street, Kent Street to Zimmerman to Grand Avenue, and South 2nd Avenue on the near west side, where many different amenities to kick off future improvements to the west side downtown, brick pavers, decorative lighting, boulevard trees, traffic calming. River District is now proposing a block party this spring to celebrate the project's completion, with the date to be announced by the River District. For 2017, projects to be included: Washington Street on the railroad tracks to North 13th Street, North 2nd Street, Bridge Street to Wausau Avenue, which includes decorative lighting and addition of sidewalks and boulevards, North 13th Street to Wausau Avenue to Nina Avenue. Plaza Drive also includes replacement and addition of sidewalk on both sides of the road, and of course the big one, Thomas Street, South 3rd Avenue to South 17th Avenue. There will be a public information meeting to be held on April 27th at 5 p.m. here at City Hall in the council chambers, and notices will be sent to affected property owners. This also includes a detour route for the majority of the summer with traffic which will be routed to Sherman Street. Project includes a centerline boulevard with left turn lanes to improve traffic flow, includes new centerline street lighting, new sidewalks and crosswalks, new traffic lights, and all overhead utilities will be buried, with the work to begin in late May and to be completed by early November. The city budget. One of my first mayoral responsibilities was initiating the 2017 budget. The first year was a learning process, and I'm pleased at how smoothly it really went. The budget approved by the Common Council was a responsible budget that attended to growing staffing needs in public safety, maintained a 0% increase in health insurance costs, and provided a reasonable salary increase for staff. Unfortunately, we did not solve the growing issue of deferred street maintenance. I believe our discussions that we had, along with the concerns expressed by different communities throughout the state, got the governor and the legislators' attention, and I'm hopeful that the next state budget will direct more state dollars to support local transportation needs. The mild winter limited our 2016 winter street maintenance costs and resulted in a 2016 year-end surplus. I'm pleased that the Common Council recently authorized the expenditure of $350,000 of these savings for street seal coating. The city has been remiss in the past in performing regular street seal coating, which is critical to extending the life of a road. The 2018 budget is right around the corner. Departments have already been provided instructions on the capital budget preparation, which are now due on June 9th. I expect the budget focus will be managing healthcare and service needs to ensure the budget remains affordable. As always, we will control costs and bring forth to Wausau taxpayers. For economic development, as mayor, I'm proud to again note our continued successful development programs. 2016 marked a series of great success for the city and our region. Noted by Time magazine as a middle-class paradise, Wausau ranked as number 1 of 10 cities with the best bang for its buck by Forbes magazine, and ranked number 1 in Wisconsin and number 8 nationally among smaller metros for businesses by the prestigious site selection magazine Area Development. 2017 is off to a great start with both residential and commercial building permits continuing to rise over last year, a strengthening housing market, and continuous low unemployment along with the significant gains in IT, medical, and manufacturing. We must continue to build on this momentum. Some bullet points. Reposition difficult properties which hold back our growth. Over the past year, I'm proud to note major progress, which is, number one, the Wausau Club, where we helped host the first Wausau Soup micro-grinding program, and after over a decade, finally on a path to reopening. 2, the former Sears location, which we moved quickly to acquire, and the new 10-screen high-end Micon Cineplex, which will open next year. And 3, the West Side Battery, where Urban Street Bistro will extensively renovate the building and open a new riverfront restaurant. Improve and expand housing choice and diversification. And at this point, I'm going to tell you I'm human. I need to take a breath. So. Continue on. Thank you. Sorry about that. Over the past year, the city has supported both new high-end urban housing options as well as workforce and affordable housing. The long abandoned Sable supply will become 29 new apartments this year, and 2017 will mark another milestone on the East Riverfront with continued construction of the River Life Public Park and amenities and the planned start of the new apartments and mixed-use buildings. And our Live It Up Wausau homesteading program partnered with over 20 local businesses and assisted in 14 new home purchases just last year. 3, to attract and retain livable wage jobs. I was proud this last year to note the tally of direct new jobs associated with the city's incentive was over 600, with thousands of more indirect jobs. 2016 marked major expansion at Line Tech, Wausau Coated, JARP, and Composite Envisions, all with the city's insistence. Already in 2017, the recommitment of Liberty Mutual to our city, preserving our local jobs along with the construction of one of the single most valuable buildings ever constructed, is really a great win for our citizens. We must continue to ensure that economic growth translates to economic development, and I am committed to a pro-development agenda which focuses on both job creation and property tax value growth. In my second year, I'm committing our staff to undertake a series of tax increment financing, TIF training forums with each neighborhood group across the city or any other group that is interested about learning how the TIF process and how they are created and paid for. There needs to be more education for residents to learn how this process works for the future of our community. These forums will be an opportunity for interested citizens who might have questions about our economic development strategy and our local tools like TIF. Every city in Wisconsin uses TIF for economic development, and Wausau has a successful track record of supporting projects which have had significant payback for the taxpayers. We have used TIF to fund infrastructure, roadway projects, and improvements, and quality of life amenities which every citizen is proud of. These forums will allow citizens to ask questions to staff to better learn the process, and I'm confident with more outreach and education, every citizen can better understand and appreciate the economic development process. Also in the upcoming year, I will also convene a first ever Mayor's Advisory Panel of business leaders who will meet informally with the city staff to provide a direct feedback loop to the city from a diverse selection of our corporate partners and business advocacy organizations like our Wausau Region Chamber of Commerce. It's important that the city continue to value the investments of our corporate partners and be proactive to ensure that Wausau continues to win. Also in the for the upcoming year, as we finalize the update of the city's comprehensive plan, we are committing a new focus on implementation of the plan's goals. We're finishing the Metro Economic Development Strategy, which has been ongoing with our peer metro communities. Economic and workforce development is a regional effort, and as a city, we are committed to doing our part to ensure that Wausau, as the heart of our region and the city of the North, remains vibrant and competitive, welcoming to both new residents and new business. The state of our economy is strong, but this is no time to rest. The city will continue to be aggressive in repositioning downtown properties, reclaiming our valuable urban waterfront, expanding our job base and business campus, diversifying our housing stock, expanding home ownership opportunities, and enhancing our urban amenities, which make Wausau both livable for our citizens and investable for our businesses. Our success is a testament of the quality of our workforce, our outstanding educational institutions, our investment in infrastructure, and our employers and corporate partners who continue to value Wausau. Now some closing remarks. In closing, while I have brought up the recent positives here in Wausau, there are challenges that are facing us as well. As I had stated earlier in my message, Wausau does have an increasing homeless population. Personally, I do not feel that people should have to live underneath our bridges. We've gotten more involved and provided more leadership and have worked with the transitional housing program, community groups and churches and volunteers who I truly appreciate for all that they do in trying to give support to those people needing it. I'm also extremely grateful to the Wausau Police Department and the Wausau Emergency Services in providing help and support to these individuals. We have actively engaged both the nonprofit support groups and downtown business owners to try to assist those who want and need it. Wausau, like every other community in America, does have issues with drugs, specifically heroin and meth. The Wausau Police Department and the Marathon County Alcohol and other drug partnerships have done an excellent job in combating and eliminating this problem. We will continue to fight drugs and the related crimes associated with usage, yet continue to get help for those that need it. We will continue to expand and enhance the transit system in cultivating and seeking opportunities for partnerships and collaborations with surrounding communities. This is a service that is currently needed and one that is going to be further needed here as our population continues to get older. We will continue to work on solutions to help revitalize and reposition the Wausau Center Mall in order to continue stabilizing and moving the mall forward with the new mall owners in a positive direction. We have often noted our mall, like all other malls nowadays, will take time to transition and there will be continued changes. For infrastructure, there are several buildings that need to be replaced. We need to replace 2 fire stations, Central Main on Grand Avenue and Station Number 2 on 32nd Avenue. They are old, are literally falling apart, and need to be replaced. Also, the Wausau Police Department, which is also located in the same facility on Grand Avenue, has to prepare for a more secure facility, for future housing and training requirements, for police staff and equipment. And I just want to mention this, by the way, Wausau Police Department last year responded to over 39,000 service calls with over 58,776 officer response hours. For the Wausau Fire Department, there were 2,212 service calls, and for ambulance-related services, 5,457 service calls. And to the members of the Wausau Police Department and the Wausau Fire Department, I salute you. We thank all of you and are very grateful for the service and the protection that you provide for all of us. Also, due to road salt corroding our Public Works Department equipment, we are in great need of a large vehicle wash station after snow events. Having a wash station would reduce annual maintenance costs significantly on our heavy equipment. DPW is also short of storage space for heavy equipment, which means that high-dollar heavy equipment has to be stored outside all year, which reduces the life expectancy of that equipment due to exposure to the elements. Also, the maintenance garage needs to be expanded. Currently, they can only work on 3 city vehicles at one time, and if they are ever overloaded or for emergencies, vehicles are then worked outside in all different types of weather. Roof replacements are also needed on the salt shed and 2 other buildings and have been needed for quite some time. Now, I also want to give a shout out to the Department of Public Works. Oh, you guys. This is a group of individuals that work through all types of weather and all different times of the day or night, plowing our streets, repairing potholes, working on broken sewer systems, which usually seems to happen during the middle of January on a weekend at night, and so many other things done to make our city run effectively, yet also being so very creative and innovative in repairing older equipment to last longer than it should, or even creating items such as a storm drain gate barrier that they always seem to save the city thousands of dollars. You really are the best, and we thank you all for what you do. I also want to provide a more safe and secure facility here at City Hall for all of our employees and visitors. Let's face it, it's a different world today, and I have been worried about the security of everyone in our facility, employees or visitors, specifically the city clerk's office, where I have seen firsthand the inappropriate behavior of some individuals. They shouldn't have to put up with that. I'm sure that one day our insurance carrier will demand it be put in place, and this needs to be done. As always, the budgets for all departments in the city will be a challenge, with a continued decrease in funding from the state and the federal governments, spending and services provided will have to be addressed. We have to learn to do more with less, but we must continue to find ways to increase innovation and decrease cost. Also, as we've already started to do in the past year, we will always continue to restore public trust, openness, and transparency, and to promote open communication how city government conducts itself, and for the taxpayers and the public to see how things are being done. I thank all of you for listening today and remind everyone that I'm always very accessible and very open-minded and welcome any resident to contact me for whatever issue matters to them. I truly love this city and care about the residents and their needs. I'm very proud that we have moved Wausau forward over the past year, and we will continue this leadership and positive momentum going into this next year. I kind of debated about saying this next part because they are private people. But to my family and friends, my parents, my kids, Matt, Joe, and Taylor, and especially my best friend and wife, Sherry, who for whatever reason always loves, supports, and takes care of me, I thank all of you and I love you all. And that's it. And at this time, I have a few minutes before the next event. Hey, we did that pretty good. I have a few minutes for the next event and I'll answer some questions.